Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. So today I'm going to be doing some analyzing of the Nintendo Direct trailer of Luigi's Mansion 3 as well as the Nintendo Minute footage of Luigi's Mansion 3 because a lot of people have been requesting me do that ever since I uploaded my concerns video last week talking about what I was concerned about. So, just going to keep this intro short because we've got a lot of analyzing to do, we've got a lot of nitpicking to do, and yeah, let's get started.
Zach Pack, he's always there for you. Zach Pack, only on YouTube. Zach Pack, what will he do next? Zach Pack, let's find out, 'cause it's on with the show.
Alright, you guys, so here we are. We're going to start with the Luigi's Mansion 3 footage from the Nintendo Direct. Now, obviously, I have talked about someone's calling me. I don't know who it is. I am not going to answer. But, I've talked a lot about, well, not a lot, but I've talked about how I feel about this trailer and just the fact that I wasn't impressed with it. I'll probably go into a little more of why I'm not impressed with it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to quickly reply to someone on my phone and I will get right into it. Alright, you guys, so here we are. Now, we get a nice little overview shot of the hotel. I don't know why my computer's kind of glitched out there. Something I'm starting to really, kind of understand is the themes of the floor. So, down here's the hotel, then we have the castle, then we have the garden area, then we have the ancient ruins floor, then up here is the disco floor. I'm presuming over here is going to be some sort of outer space kind of floor, so we're going to have a space-themed floor, which we haven't seen yet, obviously. I don't really know what this kind of looks like some sort of playhouse, like some sort of toy playhouse. Maybe there's a toy themed floor. I'm presuming this is the mall themed floor down here, but the planet themed floor is in the same area, so it's a little bit confusing how it's mapped out, but that's kind of just I'm getting. And then obviously the further up we go, obviously up here we have more of the like haunted tower kind of stuff. So yeah, so there's that. So here we have another shot of the dining hall. I don't know why it's doing that. It keeps like skipping a little bit. I'm gonna move back ever so slightly. All right, come on. Okay, there. Stop. What? It keeps skipping forward every time I hit the pause thing. Okay, so right here. So obviously there's an entrance on the left here that goes into this dining hall. I originally thought that this spot right here was gonna have the entrance right in front of it, but obviously not. So you enter from the left, and then there's this giant hall, and, you know, obviously, I've said this before, so I'm just gonna keep it short. I just think this is way too bright. Like, I don't know. I don't know why, it's this room in particular that bothers me. Like, you know, there are other rooms in the Luigi's Mansion 3 footage, you know, that I'm just like, okay, you know, it's not as dark as I want it to be, but it's okay. To me, this is just way too bright. Like, you know, it's, I don't know, nitpicky, but there's a robe over here. There's like ice cream, so I'm presuming there's other like luxury kind of things over on that side. There's a lobster there, you know, food items. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, it keeps skipping forward. I don't know why it's doing that. But here's a little portrait of King McFright. So for some reason, he's, or not for some reason, obviously, this is a different part of the castle than we've seen McFloor. I was reading the thing, and I said McFloor. Different part of the floor than we've seen before. So, yeah. So this, I guess, called Castle McFright's. But obviously, that's also the name of the ghost, King McFright. So, obviously, it's his castle, his floor. So, yeah. So, let's just kind of skip up here. So here is the room. I've already kind of analyzed this room, so I don't really need to say too much, but obviously there's the chainsaw up here, which I'm presuming is mostly applicable to this floor because, you know, plants and gardens and such. So yeah, there's a dark light thing, so obviously, you know, the dark light's going to be a main essential part. Here we're in Tomb Suites, so this is the new floor that's shown off here, the desert floor. Now, there are things called attraction floors, and then things called, like, the hotel floors, and then there are things called amenities or commodities or something that's like, you know, the dining hall floor is probably one of those floors. I'm unsure if this is an attraction or a hotel floor, because obviously it's got a lot of the hotel kind of things. Like, there's a door here that I'm presuming leads to some sort of hotel room. You know, there's the towels and lotions and stuff. You know, it looks like it could be one of the hotel floors, but obviously when you see this shot, it looks more like an attraction floor. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna refresh this and see if it keeps doing that, and I don't like it. I guess we'll have to live with that because it's still doing it. So I guess I'll just do more of the clicking stuff and click through. But anyways, so here we have the shot of, I don't know if it's the entrance or not because I'm presuming this is some sort of like dome, right? So this looks like it'd be like outside, but like in a dome, kind of like a greenhouse kind of thing, like we saw on the side of the mansion. So maybe there's another one that's either on the back or just couldn't see it. So I'm presuming this is the entrance to what is this room, or at least this is part of what's inside it. And, you know, the hotel part, you know, what we saw here, is before all that, because we can kind of see the night sky up here. So I'm presuming you go in that door, and that leads you to, like, here, and then, you know, you go to this pyramid area, and you can head inside, and then, you know, once you're inside, you have to do all the puzzles that are within the pyramid. You know, it's completely understandable. And another thing that makes me think that this isn't an attraction part, because, like, this looks like an attraction, right? Like an attraction floor. You see this and that, you know, they just look like attraction parts. But when you see this, it looks like it's more like inside of a hotel room or a hotel. I mean, comparatively to the before shots that we saw. So, I'm still going to presume this is an attraction floor. But maybe there's part of it that's, you know, part of the hotel, and then part of it's part of the attraction floor. Maybe it's a mixture of both. And obviously we see here that mummies are back, which you guys, if you watched that video last week, you know that I'm not a huge fan of the mummies. I would have just preferred if the ghosts had the mummy things, like if they were just wrapped in the mummy paper. I would have been more fine with that, and maybe you had to suck it off of them. But, alas, these guys are back, and I'm presuming they're only going to be here for this area, so I really don't mind them that much. I just think they're an annoying enemy. They're just annoying because, I've said before, once you have multiple of them in a room, they get really, especially with the controls, at least of Dark Moon, and it seems that Luigi's Mansion 3 has these controls also, because I did play the game, for those who don't know, where I played, like, a demo back at, like, E3 time, and the controls were a little bit wonky. I don't know if they fixed them or not. They might have, but either way, with multiple of these enemies, it could be a little bit much. So yeah, and they definitely made the spider webs look a lot better. I still think that the web lines are too thick. Like, you know, definitely not as bad as Dark Moon. Oh my god, they're definitely not as bad as they were in Dark Moon. But I'll say that they look good. They look pretty good. I know it's nitpicking, which a lot of you guys don't like how much I nitpick. But I mean, I'm such a Luigi's Mansion fanatic. Like, people think, I'm gonna go to a little bit of a rant here, but people think that I don't want elements of both games. People think that I'm such a fanboy of the original that I don't want any Dark Moon elements involved. And I do. I do want some of Dark Moon elements involved. Scarescraper, perfect example. Strobo, I love the strobo function. All these new moves introduced, they're all great. They really, really are. Like, all the new functioning aspects of, you know, Luigi's Mansion are great. The strobe bulb, you know, the slam ability, the dark light, those were all cool. I like those. But it's these things that I just wasn't a huge fan of in Dark Moon, that I think most people weren't a fan of in Dark Moon, so they're like, they're fine to go, but no. But either way, like I said, it's a minor complaint with the mummy. Minor complaint. This room, I'm not a huge fan of. Obviously, this is inside the pyramid, right? You can see, like, the triangle shape, so I'm presuming this is towards the top of the pyramid. And I don't know, I just don't like how much sand there is, and I get it that it's a desert theme, but I don't know. I'll get used to it. And again, it's just kind of light in here. It just could be darker. And again, it's all blue ghosts. How many are there? 4? 5? Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 blue ghosts in here, and it's like, no other variety? Like, is this really all you're gonna offer? Just these common blue ghosts? I don't know, just at this point, I don't know, because they did show off new ghosts, which I will talk about in a little bit, but I don't know, like, just these don't do anything for me now, you know, like, it was really, really cool in the first trailer, when I was like, wow, this ghost design looks cool, But when I said that, I didn't mean make all the ghosts in the game like these. And so many people are like, oh, but it's so early. You know, we don't know. The game comes out in a month. You know, we still got another month. We don't know. But every single trailer basically just has these, right? Every single one. I can, you know, there's probably 6, 7 instances that I can see in just the trailers alone where it's just these ghosts every single time. And it's like, I don't know, like, if they had these ghosts and then a red ghost with them, or one of the grabbing ghosts with them, or a mixture, like, just having a combination of the ghosts, to have that variety would just be so much better. But, alas, I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing. I think this room genuinely looks cool. I like this room. Could be darker, but I do like the room. I like the atmosphere, the boo boulder, or the boulder, if I may. I like this room. I really, really do. It just could be darker, but other than that, I like the design of this room. This is what I like from a desert room. Like I said, I think that the piles of sand were a bit too much. To me, this is what I think of. That's what I like. And I like the design of this room, and I hope that ends up being really interesting. And it does seem like it's not like a room. It's like a foyer, kind of, because you have a step leading to a door here. It's like this big open area with like a fountain. But yeah, I do like this room a lot. This area is conflicting with me a lot. I like this area a lot because of its theme. I love the theme, an 80s disco floor. I love it. But I still think it's too bright. I think for me, this floor really suffers from it. Because with all the light, like, it doesn't, like, the neon stuff, like, it's cool, yeah, but, like, when you think of neon nightclub, you know, it's dark, and the only thing illuminating up the rooms are the neon lights. So, if these brick walls here were glowing pink, you know, like a neon pink because the lights are off, but this is glowing, I'd be fine with that, because that'd be really, really cool. But it's not. The light that's coming from whatever lights are on in this environment make it so that the neon space is only in this particular area, and, you know, as soon as, like, let's say you walk down this way and you have the brick wall behind you, you can't tell that you're in a neon-themed floor. I wish it was just completely dark, no lights on, but these neon lights, and the hallways were, like, glowing pink or neon blue or that kind of thing. I think that would have been a way cooler design choice, personally. But alas, we can't get everything we want. And this is another example. I actually have a video that I'm probably going to release next week, which shows off screenshots that I'm comparing, like, you know, a before and after, like I did before. And this is just way too bright. It just really is. Now, I think it would have been way cooler. Like, I mean, these neon lights, all of this is fine. It's completely fine. But, to me, this is where what I said about the lighting comes into play, where lowering the brightness just doesn't always do it justice, right? There's a lot of light that isn't caused by these neon floor lights. So, Luigi just looks like Luigi. There's, you know, you can tell his hat is green, his overalls are blue, his gloves are white. In a real environment, if you were in a dark floor in this neon 80s dance hall, the colors from the ground, these pinks, the greens, the blues, they'd all be reflected on Luigi because it's dark, and those are the only colors that are present in the room, and they would be on Luigi. That's my thing, you know? That's where the darkness also sets a mood for me. It's like, it doesn't seem like Luigi's actually in this environment because the lights that are beaming from below him aren't reflecting on his clothing at all. And I know this is very minimalistic stuff, and we're only 28 seconds into this freaking trailer. I apologize, guys. This is going to be a long video, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. Just could have been a lot better, in my personal opinion. So we have this area, which I really like. I really like this area, thematically. You know, the pirate restaurant, the dark, well, should be dark cave. I love it. You know, look at these candles on the wall, the hanging lanterns, you know, the water. It looks great. This is an area that I can fully say I like it. It's a unique themed area. It's not your typical, like, you know, to me, like, this is just like a desert theme area. You know, this is like the typical cliche desert theme. And where is it? Here, This is like the typical plant jungle theme of video game. You know, so these are kind of cliche to me. You know, these I really don't care about. But themes like this, and themes like this, I do like, because they are more unique. You know, more so the disco floor than the pirate floor, you know, because pirate isn't that unique. The disco floor, in my opinion, is. But either way, I do like this area. Like I said, it just needs to be darker. But, you know, that area is really cool. Then we have this conundrum in my head. A lot of people were actually giving me crap about this. Some people's like, you know, I said something along the lines of, this shark doesn't look like much of a shark. It looks more like a human in a shark's shoe. And one person was like, how the hell did you get that? And if I saw a shark portrait ghost in the water, swimming, and just attacking the boat, that'd be freaking cool. But here we have a shark that's standing on its tail, holding what I figured out, this is a hook. So, a shark standing on its tail, holding a hook that just jumps into the ship, that's, to me, Like, if the shark was in the water and attacking the boat, and you had to use the boat's environment, like, let's say he came up to the boat, and he opened his mouth, and you had to take one of these stools and plunger it and shoot it into his mouth, or, like, slam it into his head or something, that'd be really, really cool. That's a Portrait Ghost thing, or a boss battle I'm down for. But, hold on, wait. But that's not. That's not. I don't know what they were thinking here of bringing, in my eyes, this just reeks of the Ice Boss Ghost. It just does. It just oozes, you know, the ghost jumps into the surface and it cracks and it makes a face. This is the one boss ghost that I'm like, oh, I don't like that. You know, I've been very positive on the boss ghost so far. I love how every single one of them look. But this one is making me like, ooh. Like, are they going to do that with other boss ghosts? Are they going to do this multiple times throughout the game? You know, I got a comment that said, oh, you can't expect every boss ghost to be great. You know, and to an extent, I agree. Like, you can't expect every boss to be a hit. But they made a boss that is literally a lot of the complaints that people had of the last game. A generic, boring-looking boss fight and just a not fun one. Those other ones, they all looked great. I played the King McFright boss ghost, and you know what? That was a great boss fight. Great job, Next Level Games. You did a great job with that one. Dr. Potter, you know, in the garden area, that looked like a great fight. But this, no. Not to me. Alright, I am also going to try and blaze through Scream Park because I do not care much about this mode. And a lot of people have shown that they actually do care about this mode. And you know what? If you want to play this mode, go ahead. You know, who am I to say that you cannot enjoy this mode? You know? Perfectly acceptable for you to love and enjoy this mode, but it is just not for me. Let's go to the first minigame here, where you have 4 Luigis. Well, you can't really see it now, but 4 Luigis and 4 Gooigis, and they're all fighting in this graveyard. And do you know what? This minigame I'm starting to be okay with. Like, this one's okay. You know, you're capturing ghosts, you know, you play as 2 teams of Gooigis. I think that to keep this game great, they would need more variety in the levels. Like, maybe there's one based off of each area. Like, they have this graveyard one. Maybe they have a hotel-themed one. Maybe they have the plant-themed one. So have themed levels and not just this one. If it's just this one stage, I don't see much replayability after a couple playthroughs. But this is actually the most promising one in my personal opinion. Though, it does seem like it might only... apparently, it's literally not mentioned online at all. So I do not think that these games, these Scream Park games, I don't think these have online functionality. So, you can't play this online. And what I'm wondering is if you could play with, I think you could play with 2 to 8 players. Can you use Pro Controllers? Do you have to use singular Joy-Cons? Maybe they've answered this. I just don't know. But, yeah, singular Joy-Con to play Luigi's Mansion, to me, is not even close to ideal. Like, I would not even want to play Luigi's Mansion with a singular Joy-Con. Just no. Just no. So here is some actual gameplay. Obviously I'm not really playing the footage. That's a lot of work to, like, loop the footage and all that. I would have just recorded the audio and added stuff in separately, but it's way less editing, and this is obviously going to be a long video anyways, and I don't want to work that hard on a video like this. So, here we are again with just blue ghosts, and before you say, wait, Zach, they're the orange ghosts. No, they are the Speedy Spirit ghosts. They are the blue ghosts, but a different color. So, yeah, more of just blue ghosts. And how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Let's see, counting the orange ones, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, wait, 15, 16 of the same exact ghost. Because I don't think I counted those two before. 16 of the same exact ghost, basically. You know, they gotta get more creative, and I get it. There could be stages, it could offer more as it goes, but I just, every single time we see this game, he's just fighting the blue ghosts. Every single time. Like, could you imagine the first Luigi's Mansion with just the orange ones, or the second one with just the green ones? No. You need those other ghosts to offer variety. Same with this game, and it's just not doing it. So that's that game. This game, I have no clue what the purpose of this game is. I am not playing this one. I am sorry. This one just looks pathetic. I'm sorry. You can like it. I just don't. Luigi on floaties. Aren't Luigi's, like, weak to water? So why would Luigi get in a floaty in a pool? You know, I thought that was the whole thing with Luigi, that he couldn't handle water. And I get it, maybe you're not touching the water. But I'm sorry, every time I've sat in a floaty, I got wet. Every single time. So, I don't know. This game just defies everything. I'm not playing it. I don't like it. Next one. This one's in the middle of the road for me because you're capturing ghosts. As you can see here, Luigi's capturing a ghost. But I don't know what you're doing. Like, I mean, I get you're setting off cannons and breaking targets, but where do the ghosts come into all this? Do the ghosts drop stuff? Do they drop equipment for you to, you know, to use against these targets? You know, because it just seems like you press a button, basically, and it shoots a cannon at the thing. So where do the ghosts come in? Why does it require 4 players to do this? I don't quite understand, you know? But, yeah, so this mode I really don't understand, but yeah, so I think that's about it for the Luigi's Mansion 3 trailer from the Nintendo Direct, but this video isn't over yet. We are going to move on to the Nintendo Minute footage, which I'm not going to, trust me, this was a minute-long trailer, and I spent, I don't even know how many minutes on this. It's not going to be as long, you know, I'm going to blaze through it because there's, like, a lot of the same stuff that we see, but I'm going to mostly point out the new stuff. So, let's head over to the Nintendo Minute footage. Alright, you guys, so here we are with the Nintendo Minute footage. So this is the entrance of King McFright's floor. Now, I like this, again, a bit too bright, but alas, I like the design of this, with the knights shining armor next to the elevator, floor 6, so this is the 6th floor, but I think that's something we already knew, I think, because the elevator button, we knew it said 7, so it's not the 6th floor. So yeah, we see coins along here, you know, nothing too major. Let's go out here. This is one of those things where it's like, this is okay, like, it's not a horrible thing. Like, I just wish the puzzles in this game were more clever, because it just seems like most of them just revolve around using Luigi to do stuff that Luigi can't do. So, for example, walking through a bar and pulling a lever. It's not a very creative puzzle, it's pretty, you know, bare bones. You know, I don't know, like, those kind of puzzles, they don't do anything for me. They're pretty generic, they're pretty, you know, pretty not special. And again, I kind of wish this room was darker, but, you know, neither here nor there. So we have this hallway. We saw this hallway in the trailer, so it's nice to see it, you know, again. We have the map up here. Obviously, I think I should have pointed this out before the map. It shows the elevator, and then, yeah, so obviously the room to go through. But, yeah, so not much to say here. There's obviously a hidden room. You know, I like this. This is something I do like about this game a lot. Because there seems to be a lot of these, where you do something to the environment and it leads you to a hidden room. And I really like that. Because it leads to, you know, reasons to come back. You know, if you completely, you know, just missed something, like a gem, and you want to get the gem, or, you know, whatever. That's the kind of stuff I like, you know, when it comes to Luigi's Mansion. The hidden stuff. You know, the hidden rooms in the original Luigi's Mansion I loved, and this is very well welcome to me. I love this. So obviously we're out here now. Not much to say about this. Nothing's changed since E3. This looks the same. You know, this is also the same. The cutscene with King McFright. I love this design, by the way. Love the design of this ghost. He looks amazing. I love it. So yeah, this is all the same. This room is the same, but like I said, like, it's just always blue ghosts. Offer some variety already. Like, I don't know. We haven't even seen the skinny orange ones in gameplay yet, so, I mean, just, I don't know. Like, we're at the point where it's like a month, a little more than a month until the game comes out. Let's say a month that they have, because obviously they need to get the game on cartridges, and get the packaging, and get it ready to ship out to the manufacturers, or, you know, to the sellers, you know, like Amazon, GameStop, so they, you know, they need half a month for that at least. So let's say they got another month to fix up this game, to polish this game. Can they really add more ghost variety in every single room in the whole entire tower in that 1 month? I don't know. I just think that just these blue ghosts, they just don't do it for me. They just don't at this point. You know, they're great. You know, I like the designs, but just need more variety. This room, we already know. We already know this stuff. This next room, after this room, is completely new. So, this room. Now, this room is another example of the puzzles being lackluster. You know, like, what's a creative puzzle for this room? Oh, I don't know. Luigi walks onto this board here. Luigi walks onto the board, and then spikes come out. And it hurts Luigi if Luigi touches them. So, Gooigi walks through the spikes, and, oh wait, what did I miss here? Oopsies. I don't know what I missed here, but Luigi walks through the spikes and pulls the lever, and yada yada. So, I'm gonna... So here's another level that they pull. Luigi falls. Okay, so here's an underfloor. There's a dragon here. There's like a flash thing in its mouth so you can activate it. There's a spider web here. Don't know what that's for. Let's skim through here. Yeah, so you burn that. It's very much like Dark Moon in that aspect, which obviously, this is another thing I always complained about. Like, they got rid of the elementals and replaced it with Luigi just carrying around torches. I really just don't like that. I wish elementals came back rather than that. Personally, to me, it just seems like such a cheap cop-out way of, you know, not bringing back the elementals, but not bringing them back. So, yeah, so obviously there's a ladder here, so you have to go through under here, go up the ladder, go through the side. So if you remember that room from Luigi's Mansion 2, in the second mansion, where, you know, you went in, and there was no bridge until you, like, turned on the water, so you had to go around. That's basically what this is, except it looks like you'll always have to go, rather than being able to go this way at some point. You'll always have to go this way, which I really don't care about. That's not something that bothers me, just something to point out. Another thing that just seems to be like a puzzle thing is like this. Like, I don't get why this is really a thing. Like, Luigi walking through, you know, these. Like, it's just supposed to be a good puzzle. Like, every single puzzle they have just seems to be Gooigi, sorry, walking through spikes or something of some sort and then turning it off. Like, it just seems like the same puzzle over and over and over again, just different coat of paint. Like, it's the same exact thing. Gooigi walks through something that Luigi can't and pulls some sort of lever to activate something. It's the same puzzle in every single room, but it just looks different. And I don't know if I like that. So here, obviously, Gooigi can't go through water. Luigi can. Luigi grabs the key. And then they go into this room. So this room, it looks like the elevator room, just from a different perspective, different angle. But again, we know about this room. There's nothing new here except these guys. I don't like them. I just don't like them. And it's not because they have the design of the red block ghost, whatever he's called, that I just genuinely don't like the design of, personally, but that's a nitpicky thing. Well, not really a nitpicky thing, it's just a design choice that I don't like. What I don't like is how lazy they were, because it's literally just a mini version of the red ghost. You know how I was complaining about the lack of variety in the common ghosts? Wouldn't this have been a perfect opportunity to make a different design? and say, oh, there's this new kind of common ghost where you get swarmed by a bunch of them and you just suck them up. There's no health or anything. You just suck them up. But just have them designed differently. I don't know, little pink, blubbery ball-looking things. I don't know. Just not a rehash of ghosts you've already used before. You know? And I guess, like, it's not that bad because these are the red ghosts and we don't see them often. It would just be a shame if it was the blue ghosts. You know, if it, as long as it's not the blue ghost, I don't care. Anyways. So yeah, so these ghosts, you don't have to, like, I think you have to stun them, but you don't have, like, there's no health in them. You just suck them up, which I'm okay with that. Like, that doesn't bother me. Like, that's cool. Like I said, I just wish they were designed differently. I wish they looked different. Okay, so here we have an actual different, I'm actually going to let this play out. We actually have a different puzzle here. Oh my lord, it's actually cool. So Luigi pulls the lever, Luigi goes in, and then he grabs the key, and Luigi gets destroyed by blue ghosts. No other kind of ghost in the world, just blue. And I think the cool part about it is that the walls start to close in on Luigi. I actually really, really like that little touch. But either way, because obviously, well, what I wonder is, right, Luigi can go through that, right? Oops, sorry. Someone commented on my video. Luigi can pass through here, right? So what I don't understand, right, is why is this part necessary? If Luigi can walk through here, can't he just walk through, grab the key, and then walk out? Why is any of this part necessary? Like, I couldn't Luigi just walk through there, grab the key, walk back out? And if Luigi can't go in this way, why can't he? Why can't Luigi go in that way? I mean, he can go out. Oh, he can't, he wouldn't, oh, okay, now, actually, I see it now, because there's water here. Okay. Kind of a lame design, you know, like, that's the only thing keeping Luigi from, you know, it's not, like, logical, but, I mean, hey, I guess it works. I didn't realize that until now. But, yeah, more blue ghosts, you know, typical run-of-the-mill blue ghosts, nothing else, I like that expression. But, yeah, nothing else, no other ghost but the blue ghost, you know, typical. So now we're in this room, which I'll let this one play out, actually, as well. Basically, it's another little puzzle. I'll kind of give them credit for this one. It's not horrible. It's just that with Luigi's Mansion, one of the things, oh yeah, Luigi can go down here. Another puzzle, I guess, also that requires, you know, like, you don't need to, but, like, I don't know, it's just, every single thing with Luigi is like, oh, there's spikes down there, so just use Luigi and walk through the spikes. It's just not clever. You know, I thought Luigi was pretty clever at first, but in a game that's probably at least 10 hours long, how many different situations can you use with Luigi? I mean, obviously, we've probably not seen everything yet. There's probably a lot of things that we haven't seen with Luigi, but from what they're showing us, it's just a lot of Luigi walking through spikes, Luigi walking through gates, Luigi can't handle water. It's a lot of the same exact thing, so how fresh would it be at later points in the game? When, I mean, this is floor 6, right? This is the 6th floor. So you've already dealt with 5 floors at this point. So what's making this unique at this point? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so there's this whole puzzle, windmill, bridge, you know, the typical Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon-esque puzzles. This room is better. The thing is with Luigi, I started to mention this before, but I kind of got off track with Luigi falling in the spikes. The puzzles in Luigi's Mansion 1. Now, a lot of people hate me when I talk about Luigi's Mansion 1 comparing it to this game, but just remember, this is a sequel to the original game, right? This is a sequel to the game that started it all. The game that was unique, something that was fresh and new, that people didn't like at first because it wasn't a traditional Mario game, but it gathered a cult following. So, Luigi's Mansion 1 is a game you have to put into consideration when it comes to this game. Hell, the developers of this game did that. With the Return of Portrait Ghosts, with the omission of the mission-based structure. You know, that kind of stuff is in consideration of the fact that the first game stuff was better. You know, because of that. And this is another one of those things where it just which is saying, like, the first game did it better. These puzzles are more so environmental puzzles, or let's say obvious environmental puzzles. You look at this and you see, oh, there's a wagon here. There are arrows flying out here. So you can take one of the characters, aka Gooigi, the one that can handle the arrows, you vacuum up like a rope or something, and you take this cart over this way. So that Luigi doesn't get hit by the spikes. Those are kinds of puzzles that are so obvious that it doesn't take any thinking. It's thoughtless. You're just like, oh, you gotta do that. But in the original Luigi's Mansion, there were, actual puzzles that were like, you need to think about, like, that took, or at least took you a while, right? Like the button in the mirror in the wall. Sometimes it takes people a few minutes to see that. Or in the room with the mirror room, right? With the candles, once you get the fire element, you have to realize, oh, you have to light up the candles to unlock the door. That kind of stuff. This stuff is just like, I don't know. Just not my cup of tea when it comes to puzzles. And then we have the biggest disappointment of them all. Where is it? Oops, I skipped it. Man, if you didn't think there was enough blue ghosts before, why? Just design a different, unique ghost. Something different. Like the one room where you're like, oh, we won't use those common blue ghosts. We'll just use mini versions of the common blue ghost. Why are they designed like this? Why are they literally just mini versions of the blue ghosts? To me, this just lacks creativity, lacks any kind of inspiration. It just oozes laziness. That's what I'll say. It oozes laziness that these are the kinds of ghosts we're fighting in, like, these are the new ghosts that we're seeing. The mini blue ones and the mini red ones. So, yeah, so there's that. And there's nothing really new until here. Now, to me, this is the highlight. This is the highlight of everything, because I really like this a lot. And, yeah, so we all know, in both Luigi's Mansion games, when you die, it's good night and game is over. So, here is the good night thing for this game.
Figure it out? Yeah. Got to get the there. So you gotta strobe him as he opens his shield. Oh no, everybody! Good night. Little good
God,
night.
that's just brilliant. I wish they used a different font for this text. But other than that, that was, like, brilliant. Like, that was, like, so geniusly done. I give Next Level Games full credit for this. I just like it because it's kind of creepy, you see Luigi and Egad now all in paintings with everyone else, and, and King Boo has his little collection. Like, look how menacing King Boo looks here. Like, hold on, my face might be in the way. Let me move it. Alright, so yeah, so look at this. Like, this is what Luigi's Mansion is about. Like, this different feeling. Like, when I first saw this, I got chills because I was like, this is Luigi's Mansion. King Boo, how evil he is, how dark he is, That's just Luigi's Mansion. That's what screams Luigi's Mansion to me. And something I like even more is, look at this.
Good night.
Look how it jump cutted to that. Right?
As he opens his shield. Oh no, everybody!
It jump cutted to that. So there's probably something else in there that we didn't get to see. So that means they didn't show us the whole goodnight sequence. Because even with the footage that's my head's above right now, obviously, with the people, it jump cutted. So they cut out something. So that is my overall analysis of all the new Luigi's Mansion stuff that we've seen recently. So I'm at 40 minutes of recording this, you guys. That's crazy. But nevertheless, let me know, guys, what do you guys think of this new Luigi's Mansion information that we've learned the past few weeks, whether it be the Nintendo Direct or the Nintendo Minute. Make sure to let me know down in the comments down below, guys. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.